What's up, Facebook fam? I'm gonna get this a minute to get started. I think I need to put the disclaimer out there that I do not own the rights to this music. I'm just trying to revive Tevin Campbell's career because, you know, my man been down for a minute. How y'all doing out there? We'll get us a minute to get going. Lola, boy, Lola's like the only way we chat, bro. You don't know nothing about that. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that. Tevin had me going this morning. I was just looking for a little track music. You know, I'm old school. I need to have a little theme music. I need my band to be rolling in with me. You know what I'm saying? But come on, y'all just listen to that for a minute. Tevin was good till he said who he was talking about, y'all. We was all with Tevin. We like, oh yeah. And we found out Tevin was talking about dudes. Again, I do not own the rights to this music. Tevin, don't be calling me. Ain't nothing I can do for you. And I ain't paying for the track. Facebook, don't clown. We just out here fooling around, okay? It ain't that serious. We'll give everybody a few to get in. I'm having a great Saturday. I hope y'all having a great Saturday. I'm glad to be home. Been on the road all week. And looking forward to kicking this little thing off, you know? This is something that I've been wanting to really get going, and people been literally badgering me about for years, that I needed to really start using my gift outside of the technology world and just doing some other things with it, you know? So I'm stoked about this. My boy Lolo go back with me many, many years, and we done talked about pretty much any subject y'all can bring up. Hey, Mitzi, Hester. So yeah, I'm gonna be really excited about this. This is gonna be easy and simple. You know, we don't have to be that serious. It ain't got to be that deep. This is me sharing my personal opinion. It is that. It don't mean I'm always right, but you know, a lot of folks have asked for it, so I'm gonna give it to you. The way this is gonna go down, I think for now I'll just come up with a few topics. But the goal is to have something on a reoccurring basis. Maybe every Saturday we talk about what went on that week. Maybe we talk about some pre-scheduled topics. But either way, you know, 20, 30 minutes of chat on Saturday with your boy TC. And then, you know, we'll take it from there. And if you like it, fine. If you don't, tell me you don't like it. We'll think of something else. My goal is to take my gift of speaking to the next level this year. I played with it for a long time. I've been well paid to do what I do, but I need to own it. So I'm just trying to explore ways that I can take my gift to the next level. And I'm really looking forward to you guys joining me and helping me figure that out. And then I hope in return, I can share with you some things that might help you figure your gift out. And here's the other thing. What I talk about on this chat is not what I think. I'm only going to talk about what I know. You know, I know people who read books and get on here and regurgitate what somebody else read or wrote. I mean, I may quote somebody, but at the end of the day, I'm just sharing what I know. And basically, that's a few years under my belt. And so therefore, I think it's worth being able to just put that out there. All right. Mr. Brummer, were you really trying to call me in the middle of my chat, or are you just trying to get on the chat, bro? I'm going to leave that right there because I'm going to kick this thing off. Let me clear that up. Good deal. So again, good morning, afternoon. I guess it's full afternoon now. I waited for California to wake up, so that's afternoon for them as well. Welcome to my chat. I'm Terrence Caston. Most of y'all know who I am, and those who know me know that you simply call me TC. So this is going to be an attempt to explore some new directions in my personal and professional career, as I am a technology leader with 20 plus years of Dale Carnegie speaking and background. I am a motivational speaker. I am somewhat of a life coach. I've been a mentor and a variety of other things to a lot of people. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a friend, I'm a brother, I'm a son, like most of y'all. Today, I just wanted to explore further bringing a platform to the table that I could share and give feedback on topics and discussions that I think we may all want to talk about. Maybe you already been talking about them. I've been known to say what most people are thinking and not talk about. So we're going to try a little bit of that today as well. And again, to kick things off, I really want to just thank any and all of you who have joined. Please share your feedback. This ain't serious. As I said, it ain't deep and spooky. We're just going to have some dialogue on a few subjects. Love to hear back from you. And then more importantly, love to find some other ways of taking this platform to the next level. I've got some things in mind. Got a book that I done finished laying here on my that I need to get published. A lot of stuff, but just trying to explore some ways in 2019 that I can take it to the next level and help you do the same. I think that there's great value in sharing what we know, not what we think, with others, because I'm sure that no matter what it is I'm doing, someone else has already done it. And no matter what you're doing, someone else is looking to do it. And so this is going to be a place where I try to pull some of that together to share. All right, so we got a total of 9 of my best friends. These are my troopers. I want to give y'all a shout out, as you know, this is a testament to not necessarily, but you know how we do. You know, we get on Facebook. Ooh, I got 5,000 friends. Now, your real friends might show up for something like this. So at the end of the day, if you counting Facebook friends as friends, you might want to revisit the count. But I do appreciate those who've joined, and I know that others may jump in as their day goes on. And with that, we're going to just kind of kick some things off. So one of the things that I have been thinking about was a way of just sharing some hot topics or just things in general with people that would be common ground, and wanted to be able to use this platform as a way of sharing some of those things so we could have some dialogue. But more importantly, since this is really more of a monologue platform, I'm going to share with you my thoughts. And if you agree, great. And if you don't, tell me that. And then we'll do about 20 minutes of this, and then we'll cap it up on the backside with 10 minutes of just, I'm tea time, right? So you throw questions out at me or topics that, you feel like you want to hear my opinion on, and then I share those back, right? So 20 minutes of some topics that we maybe already preset, and then 10 minutes of tea time where you just throw something out and then I try and comment back. So we'll see how it goes. If we don't like that format, guess what? We can change it, and then we'll take it from there. So again, I appreciate everybody that's joining. Lots of good folks there. What's up, Natasha? Oh, Chantal up in New York. Tasha, I always get to New York and forget you up there. I have to holler at you one day. I'm actually in New Jersey next week, so we'll see. And that's another thing. It's so many people that I know and I never get a chance to really connect with, because we doing what we do, family and work and church and whatever you're into, and you got a whole body of friends that you never really get a chance to sync up with. So I'm going to try to do a little bit better with that this year, just taking things to the next level. I don't really get into the whole New Year's resolution thing. I'm really always about just trying to be better, trying to do better. And I'm hoping that this is a year that I can continue to try to do that for myself and then inspire other people to do the same. Mr. Colson, I wouldn't have a chat without you, bro. And you did call me the other day, but I was at a conference in Fort Lauderdale and I just couldn't get to you, bro. Always good, though. No, I never forgot Houston. Stop playing. So look here. So wanted to just quickly talk about 3 quick topics. 3 quick topics. First topic that we're going to talk about is money and credit. call it money versus credit. We all need our money. And some of us, hey, Aunt Dorothy, some of us have not mastered or properly used the power of credit. So I'm going to just talk about that a little bit. I'm not an expert. I'm not a financial wizard, but I've done a few things that worked out for me. And I did it out of the fact that I had to figure some stuff out, right? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. My second topic is going to be one that, you know, everybody likes to talk about, or most of my friends were involved in some form of church, some form of worship. I have had some very good conversations with folks in the last 2, 3, 4 years. A lot of my friends are pastors, like Mr. Matthew Berry, who just joined in, about the state of the church. And I just wanted to kind of have some dialogue and give you some of my opinions about church versus relationship, which is what I really think we are missing. Specifically in a particular age group, I'm gonna call it 30 and below, are missing in action in church, as we call it today. And I'm gonna give you my opinion about church as we know it today. And then we'll go from there. And I'm sure that'll get a little sticky, but it is what it is. And then the final topic that I want to go through with you guys today is, are you living your best life or faking your best life? This is really a discussion about how we use social media platforms, and more importantly, how we brand ourselves. You know, we're all a brand, whether you want to be a brand or not. And anytime you're on any platform on the internet, you are representing your brand, and you are determining how people see you. And many of us get caught up in that hype of trying to fake our way through it, that we never really do it. Now, trust me, there is a time and place to fake it till you make it. I believe that there's some things that you should do to inspire yourself to move to the next level. But if you find yourself just living in this lie of a sort, this whole, you know, Facebook kind of thing, you're gonna get caught up, lost, and ultimately not really get to doing some of the things that you say you're living. And I'm gonna just put that out there, you know. Okay, yeah, no problem, Mitz. So that's where we're gonna go today, and we're gonna kind of jump right into this one here. So first thing I wanted to talk about was money and credit. Now, some people get a little nervous when you talk about money. Others get maybe a little superficial. It's not about that. I want to just kind of define, first of all, what I think you know, money really represents for most of us, or should at least. You know, we've all heard the adage, you know, money, the scripture about the love of money being the root of all evil. And again, the key to that scripture is the love of money being the root of all evil. The real point that I want to make here is money is a tool. Money is a tool, and as long as you understand and ultimately are in charge of the tool, and the tool is not in charge of you, money is an absolute necessary, gotta have it. Talk to me later if you can't figure out a way of getting it, because your ability to do things here in the earth will be limited. Now, if they come up with another way of making things happen, then we'll call it that. But right now, money has its place in the earth, and you're gonna have to get some if you want to basically have any kind of lifestyle. Say what you want. You can get spiritually spooky and deep, and I don't need it. All we need is love, whatever. Been there, done that. Say what you want. You're going to have to figure out a way to get you some money. And if you ain't got no money, I can tell you that I've been without and I've been with, and with is better, okay? But the key is, do you have the money, or does the money have you, right? I agree, Jimmy. Options, totally. All about options. It gives you the ability to get some things done. And, you know, in doing so, we need to proactively be thinking about how I'm going to get this money. Now, the easiest way to get money, I've found, is to basically figure out your thing, okay? When you figure out your thing, that's your career, that is the thing that more than likely taps the gifts that you've been given, or the education that you've went and gotten, when you tap your thing and begin focusing on your thing, then money will find you. Now, I got to say that again for some people because they out here chasing money every day. And here's, I go home to Sandusky, Ohio, and if somebody else tell me they got 3 jobs, I'm gonna punch them in the eye. Okay, 3 jobs, really? Then something's wrong. 3 businesses? Yeah, 3 jobs, something's wrong. You got 3 jobs making $7.75 an hour. Something's wrong. I'm not trying to be smart. I'm just telling you that's not the way it's done. So you need to really be about figuring out your thing, your gift, cultivating the thing that God has given you, the education that you've gone and mastered. Because when you do that and basically sow it back into the world, money will find you. You will now have the power to negotiate an actual value for that thing, for the knowledge that you have about that thing. So that's number one. And we all got to do that because that's an individual thing. What your skill is ain't my skill. Thank God that we ain't all the same. So even if it takes you 20 years to figure out your thing, I got kids in college. They done changed up majors. They think they want to do that. You know what that's like. Guess what? You're going to do that for a good portion of life. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay as long as you're still working on figuring out your thing, because the closer you get to your thing, money takes care of itself. Okay. So finding your thing is a big one. Understanding the power that you bring into a society where you can then exchange the value of what it is you bring for currency is really what it's all about. You either do a business that you go and exchange services and goods. You either bring a talent to the table and you show up at your job. You give them your talent and services and they give you a check. Okay. That is the basic bare bones methods for making money. Now, when we talk about money, we also have to ask ourselves the question, what do I really want out of having money? Some people just want to be comfortable. I want a house and a car. And I want to be able to take a vacation once a year and I'm good. You know, I come home, I crack my beer and I watch TV and I'm good. I don't knock nobody's hustle. That's your hustle, fine. My hustle's about 10,000 levels above that though. Okay. So I have the concept that I would rather shoot for things that are far, far outside of my reach and end up somewhere that's so comfortable that I forgot what I was shooting for. Okay. So we individually have to ask ourselves the questions. I love where you went there, Matt. You're already in my head about if it's about making money, then how do we tap into our thing? And then here's the next one, and Matt's stealing my thunder. How do you diversify yourself and ensure that you've got multiple streams of income in order to make sure that the money is always there? Because most of us right now get caught up in exchanging hours for time. You know, we've heard about this if you've done any Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But the real true way to obtain success is about making money in your sleep. So if you can figure out your thing and it's something that you can actually monetize to do in your sleep, you're on your way to success. You're on your way to wealthiness in terms of success. So there are many things that we can do in this area. Now, we could talk about money for a whole day, y'all, and you already know that. I just want to spark in many of you the fact that you need to proactively think about money. You have to proactively think about what kind of money do I want to make? What kind of money do I need to live the lifestyle that I'm comfortable with? And what are the gifts that I have that can help me do that? Proactively, not reactively, not when another bill comes and you say, I'm 5,000 short again this month. Now I got to figure out how to do that. You need to be proactively doing that. Okay? When you do that, then you'll begin to have things come into fold that'll give you new ideas and new ways. In other words, you know, seek and ye shall find. If you ain't seeking, you ain't gonna find nothing. So I say that because people have a lot of hangups about money. It's evil, it's whatever. You know, people always think about money. You say what you want, okay? You need it. So it's best that you put some time into investigating how much of it you need and what are the right ways or the best ways of obtaining it. Because it will then put you in a place to give you the freedom to think about doing some other things. That's why I've always believed in keeping a baseline gig, right? I got a lot of different little projects. I got a couple other little businesses I do. But for me personally, having my baseline gig was always important. In other words, I didn't want my family to starve while I was dreaming. I was going to go to work every day, do a real job, give somebody my real time while I worked on my other stuff. That's me. Some people take the starving artist role. I like things too much to be in the starving artist role. I commend those who have been able to do that. That ain't me. So that is one methodology that I've used. And now I'm working on my transition, which is another thing we need to do when we start talking about money, is you can't work forever. You're not going to go to somebody's job forever. So this is why it's important to build multiple streams of income that bring money in your sleep, and to ultimately own something. Because if you don't, then there will become a time where a corporation, a business, an organization no longer needs your services. You got to start thinking about that. I'm in my 50s, like a few of my friends that are out here, and y'all, this is real talk right now, because it was only 25 years ago, and then I blinked and we 25 years later. We have to be planning the exit strategy, or figuring that you just gonna go to work every day until somebody tell you you're too old to come up in here. Either way, proactive thinking is the key there, okay? Now, outside of money, and I want you to think about this one as well, this is where a lot of us have kind of left this piece of it on the table, is credit. Y'all, you can go make all the money in the world, and I'm gonna give you a real story from your boy. You can make big money and your credit be jacked up, your money weak, okay? Your money's weak. Now, I'm going to say this, and again, I'm going to just speak from my own perspective, and my mom might call me and put me on blast, but some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Most of us get our initial understanding of credit worthiness, what it means, from our parents. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll pay them when I got it. They'll get it when I send it. I ain't home. Okay. If that was ever something that you encountered, you probably picked up some bad lessons about managing credit, right? This is something that just swooped up on, I think, our parents. I don't know. I'm just speak for mine and some of my cousins and some of the folks we was around. You know, it was some parents that just did some raggedy stuff because, well, not even because they wanted to, because they were tight. They was doing what they could do. And you know, when you trying to figure out where this is going, you know, robbing Peter to pay Paul, Paul might not get his this month. My point that I make to that is, if you grew up hearing those things, we are products of our environment. So most of us probably came out of our house doing a lot of the same stupid stuff. Paying something when you want to pay it, paying something late, paying something because it was a tough time. I get it. Paying something partially, all of that, understood. Let me tell you what FICO says about that. I could care less. FICO could care less about your personal situation. FICO want their money, and they want their money on time every day. FICO is the actual algorithm, y'all, that runs credit bureaus, that determines the health of your credit worthiness. And the calculation does not consider your personal lifestyle and what you got going on. My mama needed something. My kids needed clothes. You know, Pookie needed these $200 Jordans. FICO don't care about that. Okay. So some of us had to come in backwards and then figure out, there's a price to pay if I don't manage my things timely. There's a price to pay even if I fall on hard times. There's a price to pay if I jack this credit situation up, because credit is the one situation where people will let you use their money instead of your money to accomplish your goals. Now, there's a price. But the simple fact of the matter is, it's called leverage. Every truly wealthy person I know leverages somebody else's money. Credit is the way that you do that. It should be imperative that we understand and protect and maintain your credit. It took me 20 years to figure that out. I was all about making money. I was making money and halfway doing stuff in a timely manner. I'm busy. Oh, I forgot, whatever, right? Go try to buy a house, even making 6 digits. Go try to buy a house and see who'll give you a loan. Nobody. They don't care about how much money you're making. What's your credit numbers? Period. Okay. Mine were bad. This is 25, 30 years ago. Bad. Stupid stuff. $10 left at the doctor's office and I didn't pay that off. And now they done sent that to some credit bureau and whatever. And dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. And then you finally figure out the importance of that and the importance of making sure that that gets done in a timely manner. And all of a sudden now you're in reactive. You're trying to clean up stupid stuff. You're trying to basically make sure that you get back to these people now for the first time and bring all that back up. And many of us just missed that, you know, we missed it. And so my point is, if you get that together on the front end, you won't have to try to figure that out on the back end. But let me just give some pointers to those of you who may be already in that boat. Number one, if you've gotten your money halfway right and your credit is still jacked, then that is an area that you need to get proactively serious about. Meaning, the first thing you need to do is pull your credit report. I'm shocked when I talk to people that's got stuff going on and don't even know what their credit score is. My FICO is probably the only place I fool with, just what it sounds like, myfico.com. Bring all three of your scores. You need your numbers, people. So stop fooling with these little sites talking about here's your credit report and you ain't got no numbers. MyFICO gives you all three bureaus, all three numbers, and gives you historical information and advice on how to clean your act up. So start by getting all three of your scores. Understand what's on your scores that are delinquent and literally get that up on a board in front of you in your bathroom or whatever and start chalking them off one at a time. Take those that are smallest, it's $20, it's $30, $100, and I ain't paid somebody, and lump them up and figure out, okay, this is $200 worth of stupid stuff that I don't let get out of hand. I'm gonna knock that out next payday. And then go after your big items. Simple methodology. I did this 20-something years ago when I was stupid and making money and not necessarily keeping up with stuff. Once you begin doing that, proactively getting your credit right, in a very short amount of time, your credit will repair itself. But even in the process of doing it, capture receipts, send receipts into bureaus confirming so that they actively go and remove things from your credit report, or at least update them. Because a lot of that stuff will stay there for 7 years, but if you request that they at least update, then they'll show that it's at least been paid. Real simple. Understand your credit, understand what's on your report. You got delinquent stuff, own it, and put a plan in place to pay it. Get it paid, get it confirmed, and then begin taking better care of your credit. Your credit is everything. Your money is weak without credit. No better way to put it. Your credit is a reflection of your character. That's deep, y'all. I ain't trying to get deep and spooky, but that's deep. It tells a story about who you are as a person. Show me somebody with serious raggedy credit. I'll show you somebody who's either had a pretty rough situation that got out of hand, or somebody that really hasn't quite got their life together and began to do things in a timely manner. One of the two. One of the two. And then some of us just don't care. Maybe there's a third column. I don't think most people just don't care. I think a lot of it we did out of ignorance and just, we ain't know. And then by the time we figured out, it was like, man, trying to get back and fix it. That's kind of like getting overweight and then trying to figure out how to lose it, y'all. So much better if you just do the right thing along the way. Okay. One last thing on credit. And I need to confirm this, so I'm not going 100%, but I was with some people, might have been at a conference, and it was a technology conference. And I understand that MyFICO is using social media data to add to your credit worthiness. It wasn't totally shocking to me because, again, credit is a reflection of your brand. And social media postings and things are also a reflection of your brand. And so what they're saying is, we get out here on social media and we run you and find you off the chain all over the place doing all kinds of credit things. You know, you might have a 750, but we might throw that in there and say, yeah, he a fool with 750, right? Again, that goes back to protecting your brand from a social media perspective and understanding that you are a brand and taking the time necessary to ensure that you take care of that brand, right? Um, Good stuff. So I got a few folk done jumped in. What's up, Mr. Shin? I ain't seen my boys over there celebrating forever. He can probably tell y'all because they over there cracking phones all day long. Um, Mr. Brummer, appreciate you. Yeah, do what you love and money will come. Here's a man. This is a gentleman who has done it, living it. You know, I got friends that ain't just on here talking, y'all. I got friends that live it, done it, been there, doing it. Got the badge and all that good stuff. Yeah, and of course, Matt is already preaching to y'all. He said you cannot survive without money. Even a homeless man needs money. That's real talk, you know. Again, that's a topic we can talk about forever. Just on that alone. So, you know, we were just finishing up on some topics of discussion here today. This is going to be hopefully a weekly web series that I do called CS Files, which is simply a common sense file. I'm excited about trying this new platform out. Today was just an attempt to really do a live feed and get your feedback in terms of some of these topics and discussions. This is nothing more than an editorial of my opinion, y'all. Don't make it right. It just makes it my opinion. So definitely excited about the things that will come from this. This is, again, is an experimental test here just to kind of get a feel for what people would like to discuss, to ensure that you guys are interested in hearing from me. You know, we all have opinions. Sometimes people just don't want to hear your opinion, and that's okay. And today, you know, we talked about, you know, 3 topics, money and credit, church versus relationship, and are you living your best life or faking your best life? My editorials are all in the initial link that this was on, and hopefully you enjoy the comments and continue to add thoughts to that. Again, the bigger goal here is that find a way to do some weekly commentary. You know, this is a personal thing for me to really take my professional speaking to another level and find some different platforms to share it with. I've been very fortunate to use my speaking abilities in a lot of different places, and really been lagging on a couple of different fronts. Here in social media, I've tampered with some things, and I just always seem to get sidetracked and busy and this and that and the other. And so I just really want to do a better job finding a way to be able to communicate directly with people and finding a platform that I can share that can empower people. And if you know anything about me, you know, my approach to life is a very common sense approach versus just coming off with the typical positioning. And I hope to hear from you guys in terms of your thoughts as we share on various topics. And then I think what I'll do with this in the future is have a twofold piece to where we will have some scheduled topics, and then we'll have some open session for just some feedback from you guys in terms of the things that you might want to hear from me. And that's kind of how we're gonna do it. This has been a great first EP. Thanks, Matt. You know, I really appreciate you, man. Yeah, give me a buzz later. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Those of you who have my phone number, love to hear your thoughts on this as well. And looking for ideas, you know, if this is a good platform, we can try this again. I'm thinking about even building out a little studio here at the house and maybe doing something a little different. Again, I'm trying to figure some stuff out, y'all. What I do know is that I have a gift and that I need to use it in all ways possible. It has served me well. I'm humbled by the ability that God has given me, but I want to make sure I'm using it to the fullest. And I know there's a lot more I can do with it. And I'm just trying to figure that out. So I'm hoping that this serves as a platform and that I hear back from those of you who enjoy my ability to have these conversations. And more importantly, I want to find ways in which we can share and help others and collaborate. You know, we all bring different gifts to the table, and you know, this just happens to be mine. And so if there's some things that you can bring to this and we can collaborate with others and empower them, then that's what it's all about. I really just want to find a way of making sure that this works for the larger audience at hand. So I'm not going to hold you. I want you to get out and enjoy your Saturday. This has been amazing for me, just to be able to have some time to kind of share some thoughts and a little bit of dialogue from the stream itself. Appreciate the feedback. And then, you know, moving forward, we're going to try this again next Saturday, same time. We'll do something else at 3 o'clock, play it by ear. Love to hear your feedbacks on some topics. How about you guys just shoot me some topics this week of some things that you like to discuss and hear my actual opinion on. And then we'll throw those in there and then take it from there. Okay. All right. So with that being said, again, I appreciate you guys so much for joining and giving me the most valuable thing that you have in life, which is some of your time today. And then feel free to share this and give me any feedback that you have. I can take it to make this thing better. All right. Y'all have a great weekend. Continue to grow and appreciate your time. Talk to you soon.